First of all, what a fun show. I absolutely love the show. I have to know, you both read the script and you learn about your characters. What are your first thoughts?
Oh man. I mean, I read the pilot and I was like, oh my gosh, Tracy Whitehead, what is going on? Tracy, Tracy, Tracy. Yeah, she's really fun to play, to be honest, and I love playing the like quote unquote villain or adversary or whatever, but like kind of cracking them open and seeing what makes them tick inside and why they are the way that they are. And she's so unapologetically herself. She doesn't really care what people think about her. She knows she's a little bit weird and a little off. And I just love playing people like that. So it was really, really fun. And then Matthew Scott Kane, our showrunner and creator, I asked him, tell me a little bit more about what's happening. He was like, oh my God, Anna, we're going to find out so much about Tracy and what's bubbling underneath the surface. So I was hooked from reading the first episode for sure.
Yeah, I think for me, reading the scripts, I first of all, so many intense moments and situations that I myself have never filmed before. So I knew that was going to be challenging and a learning point, but I'm always so excited to take that on. But also in the midst of that, there's so many lighter moments. There's high school dances and relationships and friendships that I thought it was going to be really interesting to kind of portray Faith kind of taking her first steps into adolescence and normal teenage life.
I do want to ask about that because obviously the it takes place in the 80s and there are some really fun pop culture references in there. For the two of you, what was your favorite Easter egg?
I think for me, I have to say, I love the soundtrack so much. I am a big fan of 80s culture and 80s metal and 80s pop. I think my favorite ever was we have a Def Leppard song in the show, and I'm a huge fan. So that I went crazy. I'm very happy about that.
For me, I actually think I ended up wearing a J. Crew 80s dress that my mother had. It's a brown corduroy dress that I wear in like two of the episodes. And I remember my mother wearing that exact dress when I was growing up. And then the shoes and everything, like I was like, oh my God. My mom didn't have that hair, even though I love it, but like it was the exact same dress. Like I recognized it from growing up. It was crazy.
That is awesome. That's so
So
cool.
much brown corduroy. I was, oh
So
my God.
there were so many good things going on in this show. I don't, it's so hard because obviously I don't want to give away any spoilers. In this show, I feel like there's good and bad and a little bit insane. And even with all of that, there's still a level of subjectivity. Um, where would you say your characters lie in the mix of all of this?
I mean, I think that Tracy is doing everything for good. Like she's following God, and she's doing everything she can to protect the person in the world that means the most to her, which is her daughter. And she will go about it however she can. And I don't judge her as an actor coming in taking on this role. I try to look at it without any judgment, and I just try to play it from a positive, beautiful place. And if people might think she's a little crazy, then that's on them. Because I think she's right.
I think for Faith, she's kind of having this understanding of the things that Tracy may see as evil or the normal life things that Tracy might demonize. Faith knows that they're normal, um, and just everyday things, like boyfriends and relationships. So I think that's where Faith's understanding kind of is, and she's finding her individuality to kind of stand up for that and voice her beliefs.
I love it. I love the ride you both take us on in this show. It's really phenomenal. Lastly, I guess if you could just sum up the show in three words.
Rock and roll. Mysterious is another word.
I would say suspense. I'd say chaos.
Scary.
And cult.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I have loved hanging out with you both today, and I'm so excited for everyone else to see the show. It's so awesome.
So much. Nice talking to you too.